Good morning. I think you are ready to do this lecture, and you are aware of the last discussions as well. Today, I am going to give you a very important things. I am going to discuss those things with you, and these things are very important in food product designing and also other designings as well. So, the topic is orthogonality and orthogonal designs. I think it's a very new concept to you. Maybe some of your students may heard this term before today's lecture. So anyway, I think it is very important. I'm going to discuss some important points with you, and we can do some practicals if you are interested next week. And in this picture, you can see, what is this? I think it's very common, and we are talking with these topics these days. So what is this? Do you have idea? No idea. This is actually the world most powerful weapon. We call it as ballistic missiles. And can you hear me, Yukti?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a ballistic missile developed by South Korea, and you can search more details regarding these things. And most of the countries they have developed, but we don't have right now. So what is the purpose of having this type of missiles? And I think I must explain why I use this picture here. So uh, when we talk about product designing, these things are also belongs to new product designing. So we use these things to show our powers to other countries and our military, not only our military powers but also other powers as well. So when we design these things, it should be it's actually a very responsible thing, and the others are also looks at us regarding these things. So the quality, everything we have to maintain very well. So product designing concepts also very important in such new products. So I think if you are interested, you can read some articles. There are lots of articles are available. Who is having the highest one, and how many kilometers they can travel. Actually, we know that now they are available. Some missiles they can go more than 7,000 kilometers. So likewise, very ballistic missiles with high technologies are now available. But we all don't like to use these things to kill someone. So anyway, the designing is very important concept, and we have discussed some very important things in last discussion, factorial designs, and some regarding the experimental design as well. So I think you can conduct now two factor factorial methods, three factor methods, and mixed factor methods you can conduct. But after today's discussion, you can do many more things. Okay, you can do many more things, and this is the last lecture of regarding the experimental design. So I'm going to wind up all these things today, and the next day onwards we can discuss some other important things. So therefore, please carefully listen, and if you have questions, please ask me. And orthogonal designs, I'm not going to explain this slide now, so you can understand it later. So before that, we have to understand what is orthogonality. This is actually a new term, maybe a new term to you as well. And what is orthogonality? It is a statistical term, and we use this term not only in food processing but also other products as well, in automobile, aircraft designing, and some other manufacturing industries, engineering designs. We commonly this type of designs for engineering aspects. So therefore, it is very important and a little complex. So I'm not going to discuss all these mathematical parts and statistical parts with you. So I just wanted to explain why and how can we use this design in food product design. So actually, these things are not designed exactly designed for food processing, food product designs. We try to use these concepts and we are being use these things in food processing, new product design. So orthogonality, one of the very important character of orthogonal designs and orthogonality is when we multiply these things together, then you can see there are two examples, two factors, A and B. The left side you can see A, and in your right side you can see B. Then what happened when we multiply these two things together, as I conducted here, A multiplied by B. Then how to conduct it? 2 and minus 4. You can see here 2 multiplied by minus 4. And then 3 multiplied by 1 plus, sorry, 3 multiplied by 1. Then 5 by 1 and 0 by 4. It is actually, you know, the results when we multiply by 0, it is already 0. Then we are going to get the sum of these multiplications. Then ultimately the result is also 0. This is a very good characteristic of orthogonal designs. We can identify whether it is orthogonal or not by using this characteristic. I think it's clear. Then there are two vectors. So according to the vector, sum of the products of those corresponding elements is equal to 0. It is called as orthogonality. It says something about independence. If it is 0, it means the both factors are independent, not dependent together. So these factors are independent. A is independent and also B is independent. Can estimate each main effect and interactions independently. So we can discuss how it happens. And anyway, I wanted to explain you, this is a very good, very common characteristics of orthogonal designs. You can identify whether it is a there is an orthogonal design or not by using these characteristics. And independence is there. It is the other important thing, and you can experience interactions independently. You know what are the interactions? In last discussions we have discussed what are the interactions. So here also we can observe interactions. So therefore orthogonal designs are very good designs that we can apply in food processing. Another example here, then you can see two pictures. The first one, it is a balanced one because you can see three wings here, A, B, C, all these are similar. The values are similar. As an example, 30. But this one, you can see there are again similar wings, A, B, C, and A and C are similar, but B is little bit different. It is 28. So you can observe indifference in between these two examples, and this is actually a balanced one. This is actually an unbalanced one. And you can read these introductions as well if you are interested. So if it is a balanced one, we call as orthogonal design. If it is an unbalanced one, it is not actually orthogonal, we call as non-orthogonal design. It is another characteristic. And this is again, when it comes to software engineering and computer things, you can see the characteristic of orthogonal design. In the right hand side diagram, you can see A, B, and C, D. There are two lines, but these two lines are perpendicular. Okay, I think it's clear. A, B, lambakai C, D. Okay, A, B perpendicular to C, D. So there are no so what we call, there are no dependents. So those two lines are independent. So we call as orthogonal design. So these are the basic characteristics of orthogonal design. And here also you can see X and Y axis, but X independent from Y and Y independent from X. So here also we consider this as an orthogonal design. So there are several characteristics in orthogonal designs. They are independent. Some of their multiplications are equals to 0, and those factors are perpendicular. It means there are no what do you call as they are dependent. Sorry, they are independent, not dependent. So okay, that is the meaning of orthogonal design. So we are going to discuss several things based on this orthogonal characteristics. So I think it's clear to you. You just wanted to identify what are the characteristics of orthogonal design. Okay, and here you can see another example. There are 3 factors, and how many levels here? There are 3 factors and how many levels? How many levels here? 2 levels or 3 levels or 4 levels? Huh?
2 levels.
Yeah, 2 levels. It is a 2 level plus 1 and minus 1. So, and here also you can see this is the number of levels, 2 to the power 3. This is a factorial design, and each column is orthogonal. Here, each column is orthogonal to other columns, and you can see how it happens. Then A multiplied by B, and A multiplied by C, and B multiplied by C. Then you can consider all the interactions. Right? AB, AC, and BC, or AB, BC, and AC. That is also okay. So you can consider the multiplication, summation of the multiplication of each values. Then you can see all these things are 0. So we can consider the 3 factors are independent, not depend each other. All these factors are independent. So these are the orthogonal factors, and there is orthogonality. So factor A can be estimated independently from B and C, vice versa, and B also can estimate it independently, and C also can estimate independently. A design experiment is orthogonal if the effects of any factor balance out, sum to 0, as I mentioned here, across the effects of the other factors. So orthogonality guarantees that the effect of one factor or interactions can be estimated separately from the effect of any other factor or interactions in the model. So the basic concept is here is we can analyze each factor, we can analyze each factor separately, and all these factors are independent. When it comes to when we discuss about the interactions or single factor, all these things are independent. There are 3 independent factors, and we can analyze all factors one by one, and you can easily identify whether this is a orthogonal designs. And this is how we are going to write the orthogonal designs. As I think you can remember how we considered how we write the factorial design. I think you can remember these things, and here I am going to explain how we have to write and we have to display, and we have to the scientific way of writing orthogonal designs. L, N, V, and K. So L means runs here. Runs mean number of rows in the array. Table rows gana, which translate to number of test cases. How many test cases we have to conduct? We can rows gana calculate kara. Here levels means maximum number of values that can be taken on any single factor. You know what is level, and I'll give you some examples. And K, factors, number of columns in the array. Columns can be how many columns we have. We can how many factors. What are the ingredients or factors we are going to check, which translate into maximum number of variables. Basically, they are variables. A single factor has 2-3 inputs to be tested, maximum number of inputs beside the way. Okay. Here you can see the example. Preparation of a cup of tea using sugar, tea, and milk. I just use this example because this is very easy to understand. And there are a number of factors. How many factors here? Sugar, tea, and milk, 3 factors. and we are going to check it at two levels, low and high level. Then sugar low and high, tea low and high, milk low and high. So the array type is L4. I will explain how you have to select this one. What is the method to select these things? I will explain later. Okay, just forget it. If we go for okay, we can see the conventional method. Conventional means the factorial method. If it is a factorial method, then you have to do 6 method. Ne, 3 multiplied by 2. So we have to do 6 test methods. Test case 1, scenario, sugar low, then sugar high, milk low, milk high, tea low, tea high. Ne? We have to do these 6 trials when we consider it as a factorial design. එතකොට මම මේක exam එකට දුන්නම් අද ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියන්නේ we have to conduct 6 trials කියලා. But today onwards you can write it as likewise. Okay. Now you can write it as here. When it comes to orthogonal designs, you have to do only 4 methods. Okay. This is the example. There are 3 factors at 2 levels. So if it is a factorial design, 2 multiplied by 3, 6 test cases. But here in this orthogonal array, only 4 cases. So how to determine these things? You don't want to consider these things. It is actually a predetermined thing you can download, and the standard methods are available. So you just wanted to identify how many factors are here and how many levels we are going to check. At what levels we are going to check these factors, and then therefore you can select you can identify the method. I will give you some examples later. So here you can easily identify there are 3 factors, and we need to do only 4 cases here. If not, we have to do 6 cases under the factorial design. So this one example. And if we have 3 variables at 3 levels, එතකොට අපිට cases කීයක් කරන්න වෙනවද? Normally we have 3 inputs, and 3 inputs means 3 levels at for 3 factors. Then 3 to the power 3, it means 27 trials we have to conduct. When it comes to orthogonal test, then we have 3 variables and 3 levels, but we have to do only 9 cases. Okay, that's why we are using orthogonal designs. And another example, at variables are 3 variables are there, and we are going to check those things at 5 levels. Then the levels we have to do 243 trials. Here only, when it comes to orthogonal designs, only 11 cases we have to conduct, 11 trials we have to conduct. Likewise, you can read these examples. So by using these factors, and this is another example, there are 3 factors at 3 levels. Then if it is a factorial design, then 3 to the power, likewise here 3 to the power 3, then we have to perform 23 test trials. But when it comes to orthogonal array testings, then only 9 cases we have to conduct. You can see the factors and levels 1, 2, 3, and only 9 cases are there. Okay, and here also you can see example. I'm not going to explain this one. And this is the method to, this is actually the standard method to select. These are the parameters. It means the factors, number of factors here and number of levels here. Okay, මේකෙන් තමයි අපි orthogonal array එක select කරගන්නේ. Then in this x-axis you can see number of parameters or number of ingredients or number of factors or number of variables. And here at which level we are going to check these things. If there are 10 factors, and when we are going to check those 10 factors at 2 levels, then we have to select the L to L design, right? Then we have to select L to L design. Okay. Then here there are okay. Here you can see the L9 design for N replicates. This is just an example. So what I wanted to explain, you have to use, we need to use this table to select the orthogonal array. Okay, මේක පාඩම් කරගන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මේක ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකේ තියෙනවා. Then you have to select how many factors, how many variables, and at which level we are going to check. So then by using this table, you can select the array and L27. Then table is also there. What is L27? So therefore, already you know what are the advantages of orthogonal arrays. It reduces the number of test cases or trials and create few test cases which cover the testing of all combinations, and complex combination of variables can be studied, and pairwise combinations you can do, and interactions you can check, and high productivity is there due to low number of samples. And we basically apply these things in statistics and computer sciences and automobile design and human investigation, medicine, agriculture like things. We use this statistical design, and we can use the orthogonal design for food processing as well. And advantages of, you can read these things, and there are so many advantages, and the basic advantage is we have to do very low amount of very low trials, and we can identify the interactions as well. Then I'm going to move to the next one, Taguchi's method. It is designed by Taguchi in Volvo period. He has designed this method to for the communication system development process. Taguchi's design is one of the very famous method. We are using this method frequently in food processing and new product development in an industrial level and also research level. This is actually a highly acceptable method. So Taguchi is this is actually Japanese method. He's a Japanese guy, and he has developed this one in World War II period, as I mentioned earlier, for communication system development process. And here also you can see the factorial, the mixed level and everything you can see. He has developed 20 arrays, 20 methods. Out of these 20, 18 are orthogonal, but 2 methods are non-orthogonal. Okay, there are 20 Taguchi's arrays are available. He has developed 20 arrays. Out of these 20, 18 are orthogonal and 2 are non-orthogonal. These are the non-orthogonal method, L9 and L287. And traditional design of experiment focus on how different design factors affect the average result. You can read, I'm not going to read things. So when it comes to Taguchi's design, Taguchi design has 2 types of factors, control factors and noise factors. Identification of control factors and noise factors are very, very important. So what are the control factors? We can control these factors. The name denotes here to control, so therefore it should be controlled. So as an example, time, temperature of the machine, and number of samples we are going to take, these things we can control. The noise factors are very difficult to control or very expensive. But in these days, the COVID, when you consider COVID as an example, you can see what are the control factors. Okay? There are so many noise factors. There are so many noise factors. So control factors are also there. So before analysis, before performing this analysis, the control factors and noise factors should be identified. Okay. Is it clear? What are the noise factors and control factors? Control factors are easy to control. As an example, temperature, time, these things you can control. But noise factors mean ambient temperature, humidity, the light. You can't control neither. Sunlight control can very amaru. But you can control. Sometimes it is too expensive. So these things belongs to noise factors. Right. A biscuit manufacturer is needed to optimize the flavor of his biscuit This is actually an example. So the manufacturer has to determine control factors that reduce the effect of noise factors on the biscuit flavor. So when it comes to biscuit flavor, there are so many factors to be considered. So what are the control factors? Biscuit flavor. What are the control factors? Level of raw materials. You can control it. You can add much sugar and you can add much flavor. So then we can control it. What are the noise factors? Air pressure. It is difficult to control. It's difficult to control. So likewise, there are several factors. Okay, in Taguchi's design, there are three stages. First one is system design. Second one is parameter design. The third one is tolerance design. Okay, in system design, you have more concepts now. We have discussed in the second discussion. We have under the second discussion what are the how to collect concepts. A product එක හදන්න කොහොමද concepts collect කරන්න කියලා අපි කතා කරා. So this is actually this is design at the conceptual level involving creativity and innovation. System design is application of scientific engineering and technical knowledge to produce basic functional prototype design. අපි පොඩි prototype එකක් හදන්න තමයි යන්නේ. This requires fundamental understanding. Then parameter design, under this part, we are going to select the parameters. Okay. Once the concept is established, then we biscuit එකක් හදන්න කියලා යනවා. As an example, it is a sugar-free biscuit. Then we have finalized the product. Means a concept. Now the concept is okay. Then nominal values of the various dimension and design parameters need to be set. What are the parameters we are going to check this product? Then this is sometimes called a robustification, and the aim of robustification is to make product or process less variable. Okay, it means if it is a very sharp product, very good product, the variables are very low. Okay, here under the system design we have identified the concept clearly. Then under the parameter design we are going to identify the factors to what to get the robust design. Robust design means an actual design and with very low variables. It means a constant product. Then අපි system එක අපි identify කරන concept එක sugar free biscuit එකේ sugar තියෙනවා 0.05% ට අඩුවේ. And the color is mostly a red color. But there are some variations. We will discuss how to measure the color in this under this lecture later. So red colors, you can see a big variation is there. But under parameter design, you have to select the actual red value. What are the LAB values for red? Likewise, this is a very there are less variables. The product actually stable product. Under the tolerance design, it's a successful completed parameter design. Understanding the effect of the various parameters have on performance resources can be focused in under this one. Okay. Then here also you can see system design, parameter and tolerance design. System design determines suitable working levels of the design as we discussed. We have finalized this one. And under parameter design, we are going to select the orthogonal array, run it, analyze data, identify the optimum condition and confirmation runs. So එතකොට මෙතනදී අපි prototype එක හදලා මේකෙදි check කරනවා product එක හරියටම එනකන් with less variables. Okay. And here determine the result of parameter designed by tightening the tolerance of the significantly. This is the final stage. So there are three stages. Under system design, we finalize the concept, and under the parameter design, we have to identify the factors, and we have to analyze those factors and maintain those factors at which are having very low variance. And here under the tolerance design, the factors are okay, the product is okay, and here the product is ready to commercialize or market. Okay, I think it's clear නේ Taguchi කියන්නේ කවුද කියන එක දන්නවා. Then there are stages some. So I am going to move next to there are several designs here, and you know what are the factors and levels. Then based on these factors you can determine the factorial design. These things are belongs to factorial designs, and here in this red column you can see the compatible Taguchi's design. If we have two factors at two levels, so the factorial design is 2 to the power 2, but here the design is this one. How to write is L423. Likewise you can write. Then only 4 trials here. Here the trials are similar, but is when we have 3 factors at 2 levels, then under the factorial design we have to conduct 8 trials, but here 4. And 4 and 2, 16, and here 2. Then this is L8 design. Taguchi's L8 design is very common one. Mostly we are using L8 design in food processing, and there are some other methods as well. And this is about how to conduct Taguchi's method. There are 4 steps to conduct. Actually, this is a very basic one. And first, brainstorming, design parameters, then designing, then result analysis, and confirmatory the test. Okay. Then first, brainstorming means that we have to identify which test we have to follow, and what are the design parameters, how many parameters are there, likewise. Then designing, conducting experiment. So you can conduct the experiment and then analyze the result and confirmatory the test under the optimum conditions. So this is the optimum level you have to determine. These are the 4 steps. So I think it is not, you need not to explain these things more. And Taguchi's design, how to write, you know, number of rows by n, number of levels by x, number of columns by y. So these I have explained these things later. And when it comes to factorial designs are, you know what are the factorial designs and number of levels and factors. This is the major difference in between these two methods, Taguchi and factorial design. Okay. Here you can see Taguchi's L4 design. L4 design, how to write it? This is the 4, and how many factors here? 2, and how many factors means and how many sorry, how many factors here? 3, and how many levels? 2. Ne? So 3 means number of columns. Here you can see 1, 2, and 3. And 4 means number of rows here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 means number of levels. So this is the, you can write it as Taguchi's L4 2 to the power 3 design, or OA, or OA means orthogonal array 4 here. Likewise, you can, both are similar. Exam එකට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඇහුවොත් මේ ක්‍රම දෙකටම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. And these are the observations නේද? Here you can see only 3 columns. These are the observations. Then A0, B0, C0, here A0, B1, and C1. This is how you can explain the experiment, right? So you need not to remember these things. Then this is how it happens. And here you can see L2L design. So when it comes to L2L design, so how many rows here? 12, and how many columns here? 11, and how many levels we are going to check? There are only 2 levels. You can see 0 and 1. And this is how to design. When we consider the A to K is their raw materials, then in the first method you need not to add any raw material, or you need to add raw materials at low level. Okay. You can decide it as 0, or you can decide 0 means low level, 1 is high level. So you can do this one. This is Taguchi's L16 design. Okay, and orthogonal arrays, I think I am not going to explain this one again. And what is denoted by 2, 3, and 3 means factors, 2 means levels. Then ultimately you have to conduct 4 experiments. under orthogonal designs. And when it comes to factorial design, how many experiments you have to conduct. Here you can see 32,000 trials you have to conduct, but here only 16 trials. So therefore, now you can now onwards you can use Taguchi's design or any orthogonal design when you are developing new food products, right? Then if there are three factors, there are different methods are available. You have to just type the design and you can download it. If it is a Taguchi's L7 L8 method, you just type to Taguchi's L8 method, then you can download the design. So you need not to remember these things. Okay, got it? Or any questions? So seems you don't have questions. So this is an example. Shall we do it together? A researcher has been identified sugar, lime, and water as the main ingredients to develop a homemade soft drink. Somebody is going to develop a homemade soft drink, and there are three ingredients. However, he has to add 5% of citric acid and 0.25% of flavor to this product. Then my question is, propose the most appropriate experimental method and explain why did you select that method. Then how many factors are here? How many factors? මෙතන factors කීයක් තියෙනවද? Are you sleeping? How many factors? So I will ask Dulani, Hansika. So how many factors are here? Dulani, Hansika. Dulani, where are you? Are you here? Sanduni Umayangani. How many factors are here?
3 factors.
Yeah, there are only 3 factors. Okay, thank you. And Hansika, at which level we are going to check? M Hansika? Might be sleeping. Eh? Then Tarshika Ravindran. Tarshika Ravindran.
I think 2 levels.
Yeah, there are 3 factors and 2 levels. Actually, there are 5 factors, but we are going to check only 3 factors for 2 levels. So what is the most appropriate method? How many factors are there? 3. How many levels? 2. So then we have to select Taguchi's L4 design. Taguchi's L4 design. So here you can see Taguchi's. This is the L4 design. So 3 variables are there. So we have to conduct only 4 trials. How to conduct it? Then what you have to do is 0 means low level. Then 15, 10, and 60 is the 0 as denoted by 0, and then O0 or -1 you can write, or you can write 15 or 10 in no problem, and 5 and 10 any one you can use, and 20, 15, and 70 they are the highest value. So you can write these things as I mentioned here. Can write these things. First you have to select it and write. So take this graph, and ABC, A denotes by lime or B sugar. Likewise, you have to write these things, and then how many experiment and at which level we are going to add, and these are the experiment we are going to perform. So here, discuss the product formulation. So there are 4 product formulation. You have to write the product formulation and discuss how we are going to develop these 4 experiment. First one, sugar 15, lime 10, water 6, and you have to add these two together with the to develop this one. Then you can discuss. So there are only 4 trials. Since we have this type of factors, we are going to select this. These are the factors we are going to check at 2 levels, and we can use factorial designs as well. But if we use factorial designs, how many trials we have to conduct? It is a very higher amount, maybe 9 trials. So therefore, we are going to conduct, we are going to perform Taguchi's method. So, okay, likewise, you can write. Any question? Ito මේක බලා ගන්න එපා මේ question එකයි දෙන්නෙත් නෑ. Okay. I think it's clear, the Russian very basic things we discussed. And another one is Taguchi's loss, quality loss function. This is very important and very general thing. And as an example, you can I suppose that for Sprite small bottle, you know, the volume is 375 milliliters, right? Then the target is 375 milliliter. Then lower specification values and upper specification values are there, decided by the company. So company හිතනවා the target value එක අපේ බෝතල එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන් volume එක 375යි. The lower specification value එක අපි කියන 350යි. Upper specification value maybe 400 ne? So if it is the 350 bottle, the quality is okay, and 400 bottle, again the quality is okay. But when we exceed the amount, or when we exceed the amount from here, the quality loss is there. This is the traditional method, right? එතකොට company decide කරලා තියෙනවා අඩුම ගානේ මෙතන කොච්චර තියෙන්න ඕනද. This is the target and උපරිමය කොච්චරද. ඒතර අපි soft drink එක බැලුවොත් අපි හිතනවා 375 ml තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Company කියන 350 තිබ්බත් okay, 400 තිබ්බත් okay. So therefore the range is 350 to 400. But when we exceed the range, then there is a loss. Okay, that is a traditional method. But when it comes to Taguchi's method, he has introduced a new method. This is the lower specification value, this is the upper specification value, and this is the target. So therefore we have lost from here to here. මෙතනදි විතර අපිට lost එක අවම වෙන්නේ. You can see very good example here. This is the lower specification value, this is the upper specification value, and this one is the most satisfied level, maybe the target. This is our target. එතකොට අපි මේ product එක ගන්න එක තමයි, when we use this product we have highest profit. So if we use this product we have loss. See the decrease in loss from here to here, and here to here also we have loss. බර අඩු වෙන්න පුළුවන්, රස අඩු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. The shelf life also may be decreased. So likewise Taguchi has identified this quality factor, right? This is actually very general thing, and you can do some calculations as well. There are some calculations, so you need not to do these things. I just wanted to explain what is the Taguchi's loss function, Taguchi's quality loss function. So how it differs from the traditional method. Okay, today we discuss orthogonal designs, and I am going to wind up this session, statistical sessions, and tomorrow or the next day we can discuss. Tomorrow, no, I'm not going to conduct the lecture. Day after tomorrow we can discuss how to measure colors, and I think under physics also you have conducted some lectures. So but anyway, I will do some sessions for you. So what is orthogonality? We discussed how it happens, what are the characteristics of orthogonal designs. You know, if it is orthogonal design, the multiplication summation is 0, and those things are independent and perpendicular to each other. If the designs are orthogonal, then those factors are perpendicular each other, and we can identify the interactions as well under this design. And how to write orthogonal arrays, it is also important. And we can compare these two things together. Conventional test method means factorial design like other methods, and orthogonal design, how it differs from each other. And there were some examples and how to select the orthogonal design by considering the variables and levels. And you need not to remember these things. The graphs are available and what are the control factors and noise factors and how to perform Taguchi's method and how many steps we have. So likewise, you can select and you can download the methods. They are available on the internet. Okay. The graph and tables you need to remember. Likewise, we have conduct, and finally, it's about Taguchi's quality loss function. So how it differs from the general methods and traditional methods. So when we apply this, the Taguchi's quality loss function, you can earn more profit and you can maintain the quality of your company or product very well. Okay, these things, today I'm going to wind up the session and I will share these things. If you have any question, you can raise your questions and you can email me, and don't ask questions just before the exam day. Okay. As a policy, we have policy in our university. Before 2 weeks, you have to solve all these things, right? But anyway, we help you always. But the system and the standard in the university system is before 2 weeks, you have to solve all these questions. At the last 2 weeks, you can't ask questions from the lecturer. That is the standard and general exam law. Okay. Anyway, I think now you are in a position to design a very good product scientifically. So go through these things, and if you need, I will do a brief summary before your exams again. No problem at all. I will do all the lectures within 1-2 hours. Summary. If you need, you can request, and I will do it. Okay, please practice these things today, and we will discuss the other things later. And I will share the YouTube link after uploading. Okay, thank you very much for joining today, and have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.